Hello students and welcome to the lecture. So students, as we know that we have been covering the municipalities for last few lectures. Okay. That is the topic and the series we are completed. And basically these are the topics we have scheduled for the discussion under this particular series, like starting with the introduction part, thereafter the evolution of urban bodies, thereafter the 74th Amendment Act of 1992, thereafter the types of urban governments, thereafter the municipal personnel, thereafter the municipal revenue, thereafter the central council of the local government. Okay, so we have done with the introduction part, we have done with the evolution of urban bodies, and we have been talking about the 74th Amendment Act of 1992 for last few lectures. And the topics we are totally left with is the types of urban government, the municipal personnel, the municipal revenue, and the central council of local government. So that is the picture we have created all together so far. So we will start from where we had left in the previous lecture. So basically we have talking about the audit of accounts, and even I had given you insights about the audit versus inspection. Thereafter we have talking about the application to the union territories. All right, and now we have to talk about the exempted areas, like which areas are accepted from the provisions of the 74th Amendment Act of 1992. So let's begin the talk over it. The act does not apply to the scheduled areas and the tribal areas in the state. Scheduled areas and the tribal areas in the state, similar like the panchayati system. Like we had discussed when we were discussing about the Panchayati Raj, like Panchayati Raj is not directly applicable to the you can say scheduled areas and the tribal areas, but basically we had formulated the another act which we call as a PAISA Act for the application to there. All right, now here again I'm going to ask you the very simple question, like what is the full form of PAISA and what is the year of passing. So you have 30 seconds to think about it, then I will provide you the answer, and your time starts now. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13th 14th 15th 16th 17th 18th 19th 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 and 30. Okay, so if we talk about the full form is Provisions of Panchayat extended to Scheduled Areas Act. Provisions of Panchayat extended to Scheduled Areas Act. Okay, that is the full form. And if we're talking about the year of passing, the year of passing is 1996. All right, so that is what we have talked about in the Panchayati Raj system. Now let's discuss the similar kind of provisions in respect of the municipalities. Okay, so as we have discussed that the act does not apply to the scheduled areas and the tribal areas in the state, it shall also not affect the functions and powers of the Darjeeling Gorkha Hill Council of the West Bengal. So if we talk about any particular place, so here you can take the example, like the Darjeeling Gorkha Hill Council of West Bengal is not directly comes under the functions and the powers of municipalities. However, the parliament may extend the provisions of this part to the scheduled areas and the tribal areas, subject to such exceptions and the modification as it may specify. Like you can say, when it comes to the scheduled and the tribal areas, so the power of state legislature is some kind of limited. Okay, and basically the power transferred to the parliament, and now it is on the parliament to extend the provisions of this part to the schedule and the tribal areas, but not as it is, with some exceptions and the modification as per the areas and as per the specification made by the Parliament of India. Okay, thereafter the District Planning Committee, DPC in short, every state shall constitute at the district level a district planning committee to consolidate the plans prepared by the panchayats and the municipalities in the district and to operate a draft development plan for district as a whole. The state legislature may make provision with respect to the following. Like we could say, suppose if we talk about the district or jila, okay, if we talk about it, then basically it consists two areas. The urban areas and the rural areas. Okay, so the urban areas are basically having the municipalities in the form of local government, and the rural areas having the panchayati system as per the rural government. Okay, but they both comes under the district or the jila. All right, so whatever plans they both are making, the plans is somewhere interconnected and integrated. Okay, so that's why somewhere the centralization of the plans is required. So that's why at the district there is a provision provided for the district planning commission or the DPC. All right, and what are the provisions the state legislature may make regarding this? First, what should be the composition of such committees? Thereafter, the manner of election of members of such committees in which the members would be elected for these committees. Third, the functions of subcommittees in relation to the district planning, like what are the functions they are required to discharge. Fourth, the manner of the election of chairpersons of such committees. Okay, so these four provisions could be decided by the state legislature, and these are important. The first provision is what should be the composition. Just write it down in a simpler manner. First provision is composition of committees. I want you all to write down again so that this should be copied in your mind. Thereafter, the manner of election of members. Okay. Thereafter, functions required to discharge of. All right, and the fourth is manner of selecting of chairperson. So these are the four areas in which the state legislature may make the provision regarding the District Planning Commission, alright, or DPC in short. The Act lays down that 4/5 of the members of a district planning committee should be elected by the elected members of the district panchayat and the municipalities in the district from amongst themselves. Okay, like you can say total 4/5 seats of the members would be fulfilled by the internal elections done between the district panchayat and the municipalities. Okay, the representation of these members in the committee should be in proportion to the ratio between the rural and the urban population in the district. Like if the rural population is more, so the representation would be given to the district panchayats more. But if the urban population is more, then the municipalities representation will be more. Okay, so that's the thing. So remember that 1/5 of the members are basically the district panchayat and the municipalities members, and they both are elected through the internal elections. Like first the person gets elected to the district panchayat and the municipalities, and then the elected members organize the elections within themselves and then selected the members for the district planning committee. And the strength of the members from the rural and the urban backgrounds is depend upon the population residing in the district. Rural population is more, the seats for the rural population would be more. If the urban population is more, the seat for the urban population would be more. All right. The chairperson of such committee shall forward the development plan to the state government. In preparing the draft development plan, our district planning committee shall for this. So basically remember that whatever the plan the chairperson and the committee members would prepare, this must be forward to the state government for review and approval, so that the financial support from the state finances could be ensured. Okay, and what are the factors the district planning committee is required to have while formulating the plan? First, have regard to matters of common interest between the panchayats and the municipalities, including spatial planning, sharing of water and the other physical and natural resources, the integrated development of infrastructure, and the environmental concern. These are the common interesting areas between the urban and the rural areas. Why? Because they both are under the same district and then same geographical area. Okay, so all the natural resources, all the man-made resources over this geographical area has to be divided as per the common interest between the urban and the rural areas. So this is the very first basic factor. Thereafter, the extent and type of available resources, whether financial otherwise. Okay, like what are the available resources are there under that particular geographical area. In the matters of finance or otherwise, they must be divided. Thereafter, consult such institution and organization as the governor may specify. Like if there is any state organization, okay, which necessary consultation is required, and this is also specified the governor. So the district planning committee is required to consult with that particular institutions and that particular organizations while formulating a development plan. Okay. Thereafter, after the district planning committee, there is another one which is known as the Metropolitan Planning Committee, MPC. Okay. So here we had formulated the two questions, full form of DPC in terms of municipalities and full form of MPC in terms of municipalities. So full form of DPC is District Planning Committee. The full form of MPC is Metropolitan Planning Committee. Okay. So remember this. So every metropolitan area shall have a metropolitan planning committee to prepare a draft development plan. The state legislature may make provision respect to the field. But here is a question which lies here. Like many a times in the news channels and in the social media and somewhere, you have came across this word metropolitan cities. So here I'm going to ask you the question about the criteria, the basic criteria on which the metropolitan cities are divided, and second, what is the meaning of it. Meaning of metropolitan cities. So first I am giving you chance to think about it by yourself. Okay, so you have 30 seconds to think about it, then I will give it answer, and your time starts now. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15th 16th 17th 18th 19th 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30. The time's up. So basically if we talk about the first thing, criteria, so on the basis of population of that area, or you can say of that geographical area. On the basis of population of that geographical area, the metropolitan cities have been decided. So here we have seen the criteria. What is the basic full form of it? So basically we can say city or geographical area. Please correct the spelling. It is the right spelling. Okay. 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 City or geographical area with population of 4 million or more. These are the metropolitan city. 4 million means 40 lakhs people. Okay, so if any particular geographical area or city is having the population of 40 lakhs people or the 4 million people, then the area will be known as the metropolitan city. Okay, so I hope now the concept is clear to you. So for such large areas, there is a metropolitan planning committee to prepare a draft plan, okay, or draft development plan. The state legislature may make provision with respect to the following. Like when we talk about the MPC, that what are the provisions the state legislature could make? First, it's the same. The composition of such committees. Second, the manner of election of members of such committees. The third, the representation in such committees of the central government and the state government and other organizations. Thereafter, the function of such committees in relation to planning and coordination for the metropolitan area and the manner of election of chairperson of such committees. Okay, so these are the basic things. So here you can write it down. What are the areas? First, please write it down again so that the thing should be copy pasted in your mind. Composition of such committees. Second, manner of elections into such committees. Third, the representation of central government, state government, and other organizations into such committees. Fourth, functions are to be discharged by such committees. And the fifth is the manner of selection of the chairperson of such committees. Okay, so these are the 5 provisions. What should be the composition of such committee? What should be the manner of election into such committees? What should be the representation of the central government, the state government, and any other organization into such committees? What are the functions to be discharged by such committees? The manner of selection of the chairperson of such committees. Okay, that's a thing. So, the Act lays down that 2/3 of the members of the Metropolitan Planning Committee should be elected by the elected members of municipalities and the chairpersons of the panchayat in the metropolitan area from amongst themselves. Okay, so we could say the 2/3 strength of the Metropolitan Planning Commission should be elected by the members of municipalities and the chairpersons of the panchayat, okay, in the metropolitan area from amongst themselves. Okay, that's the thing. In the previous one, what was the ratio? 4/5. So we could say that this is basically for the metropolitan planning committee. This is for the district planning committee. Okay, the representation of these members in the committee should be in proportion to the ratio between the population of the municipalities and the panchayats in that metropolitan area. Okay, like we could say, if the population of municipalities is high,